We're back for our football film review with Bennie Joppru and Michael Spath. And 10:06 in the first quarter, and Karan Higdon shows you his toughness and power. Gets about an 8-yard gain here. And Bennie, as you're telling me, it's kind of a very tough defensive line to prepare for Michigan's offensive line.
So Wisconsin came in this game, they weren't going to let us run the power play, so they're going to play a zero technique or a one technique directly over the center, and then play 2-3 techniques, each of the defensive tackles outside shade on the guard, and it really causes problems for the double teams to get up to the second level or have double teams at all. And right here, this is a counter, almost more of an ISO play. This isn't a power play. There isn't a puller on this play, and we run right through the front side A gap, and Higdon does a great job squeezing through there and powering through 6-7 tacklers and getting almost 9 yards in the play. And we're thinking, okay, we're moving the ball, we can out tough these guys. And it was an exciting first play, good tough run by Higdon, getting those extra yards.
As far off as Michigan was in this game, as much as its running game didn't go very far, it wasn't that far off, Benny. And here's a perfect example of how they do almost everything right, except it looks like Cesar Ruiz trips a little bit.
Yeah, so Michigan runs power again for the first time in a while in this game. With 4 minutes into the second quarter, we hadn't seen Michigan run too much power yet, and they're going to run the power here. Mason Cole does a good job. We catch Wisconsin a little bit of a slant here. Mason Cole does a good job watching his guy down. Sean McEwen does a good job watching his guy down. Pogge does a good job on the safety or defensive back. And then Ruiz coming around, gets surprised by the blitzing linebacker and kind of stumbles and isn't able to make the block. And if you see, there's quite a nice hole there to the outside of Ruiz.
Yeah, this could have been a touchdown, or at the very least a 20 to 25-yard play before that safety in the deep back gets out there to cover the guy. So,
yeah, really nice play by the Wisconsin guy too, getting through there and shooting his gun and making the tackle.
Brandon Peters takes a shot here, but stays in there with something we talked about earlier in the year. We want to see quarterbacks stay in there and deliver a big pass completion to Zach Gentry.
Yeah, Gentry here on a little bit of a wheel route. Almost, he comes in motion, runs down the sideline, and just runs a vertical route on the sideline over there. And Peters stands in tough, takes a huge shot, and makes a great throw to Gentry. And Gentry wide open catches the ball and gets down to the 5-yard line. And here we are thinking that we got a really good chance here to go ahead here in this game.
Yeah, and a shot that probably on second look was likely either a targeting or one of those plays where they say they drive the guy into the ground you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I also thought that there was he really kind of stuck his helmet under his chin, looked like to me as well. So questionable hit on the Wisconsin guys, but Peters showing he's a tough guy.
It would not be a Michigan football film review without one spectacular play from Maurice Hurst, and here he combines with Aubrey Solomon for a tackle for loss.
Yeah, Wisconsin just had a couple big plays against us back to back, and we're kind of hurting here after the fumble on the goal line. And here comes Maurice Hurst, great swim move on the offensive guard, and just backdoors the whole play. And with the speed, is able to get upfield and corral the running back, and Aubrey Solomon's there to help him out. And then even
Rashawn
Gary is there also. So everyone's there, and it was a big play to kind of stall this drive out a little bit after some consecutive big plays.
Well, we already had one Maurice Hurst play, and here's a second one of 14:22 to go in the third quarter, and he blows this play up on this jet sweep before it can even get going.
Yeah, so you see here, Michigan shows this. What they're doing with their safeties now as far as the motion to prevent the jet sweep. They're going to roll down the safety down to the other side, and the corner is going to move back to safety. But here they do some counter motion, and the receiver motion comes back, takes the handoff, and Maurice Hurst just completely blows this play up like he's been doing all year long. And Michigan's obviously shown some adjustments to deal with the jet sweep or the reverse at halftime. Something we'll have to take a look at again later in the game.
What I like not only is Maurice Hurst here, and he blows up, but Rashawn Gary again. You said, and the announcer said this earlier, but a lot of balls, a lot of hats to the ball here.
Yeah, and you see Mo Hurst just coming off the line like an absolute bullet, and no one's even touching him, and he maintains his balance and is able to make a play.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. We've been waiting for Michigan to maybe do a wheel route after watching so many other teams do a wheel route against them. Here, about 12:25 to go in the third quarter, Michigan gets Khalid Hill out in open space for a big completion.
Yeah, so similar concepts to Gentry's catch earlier down the sideline on a somewhat of a wheel route as well. This is Clint Hill out of the backfield, heavy play action, and somehow this giant human squeezes through one of the smallest holes I've ever seen, gets sideways and gets up the field, and Wisconsin loses him in the mess, and he's wide open for a completion down the sideline. Good touch pass by Peters. Good way to start this drive.
8:40 to go in the third quarter, and Devin Bush, who's had his hands on a couple of balls this year and has just come up a little bit empty, this time gets his hands on it after a little bit of bobble, picks off the pass, Benny.
So Michigan here sitting back in what looks to be a cover 2 zone here. A little play action here, and by playing the zone, Devin Bush is able to keep his eyes in the backfield, sees that as play action, and uses his speed to get back in the hole and gets underneath pretty poorly thrown ball by Hornibrook here. But great play by Devin Bush. And once again, it looks like Michigan's playing zone, and a lot of the interceptions we haven't seen lately have been out of a zone defense, giving the defense the opportunity to be looking back, watching the quarterback, rather than playing their guys man-to-man.
8:30 in the third quarter, right after the interception, and Michigan runs a little bit of a misdirection to Donovan Peoples-Jones here with great lead blocks from McCune, Mason Cole, and Cesar Ruiz.
Yeah, sudden change here. Michigan's like to throw the deep ball or take shots when they cross the 40, and we're across the 40 here after the interception, so we're going to run a little reverse here off the counter. So we're going to pull the backside guard like it is our counter, and hand off the ball to Donovan Peoples-Jones. Mason Cole does a good job getting out front, little skip pull, gets out front, creates a lane. Ruiz is out there downfield, and pretty well block play, and Michigan showing some creativity off of the counter.
3:40 to go in the third quarter, and what really killed Michigan, Benny, and this is a great throw and catch. Great throw by Alex Hornibrook, but 3 third and longs on this drive that the Badgers were able to convert. And here, 3rd and 16, that turns into a touchdown.
So Michigan is, they converted on us against a man-to-man defense earlier, and this one appears to be more of a zone defense here. And the safety gets in the middle of the field, and he tries to split the 2 defenders down the middle of the field, and offers some help, and Hornibrook just reads him and makes a great throw and just rips it in there right behind the safety's back and in front of the corner, and just a great throw. And if Metellus goes to the other receiver, then he probably throws it over Devin Bush's head to that receiver in the end zone. Good route combination by Wisconsin, and a good call.
Start of the fourth quarter, Benny here, and Michigan goes back to the power running game. It actually pulls Ben Bredesen and Mason Cole from the left side to come on the right side.
Yeah, so obviously Michigan's been having trouble with the extra linebacker, or seems to be an extra linebacker from Wisconsin, getting in the power play, so they're going to pull an extra guy for him, apparently. I've never actually ever seen this before where the tackle's pulling on a power play, but he gets there. He's fast enough and athletic enough to get there. Once again, the tight end's doing a fantastic job on their blocks. Really good job here by Gentry and Sean McCune both, and we get a gain of 10 yards for one of John O'Corn's first drives.